Hi, welcome. This is our reading for November 1st through the 10th, 2016. Remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which signs, symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, praying about. We are all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing, so see what feels right for you. It could be one sign that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. It could be a reading under your sun, moon, or rising sign. So see what resonates for you. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love, for the highest, greatest good of everyone involved, so we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. How you ride these energetic waves that come through here is always up to you. Is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave, preparing for the wave, crashing into the wave, riding the wave, or ignoring the wave? Also, feel free to make this an interactive video with me if you want to pull some cards for yourself. And if you have some time, try to check out the links I provide below to show your love and support to the artists and musicians and see if there's more depth, more signs to these first 10 days of the month for you in those links below. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in a moment. Hi Cancer, welcome. This is our reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Inquiring for the first third of November 2016. So the 1st through the 10th. Let's begin and see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels and energies of love have for Cancer, for the highest, greatest good of all. Start with one card for focus, clarity, and understanding the energies for the first part of the month, November, and how to ride these energies best. Reflection, winter solstice. So I think of the dark. I think of hardly any daylight here. Deep reflection, stillness, almost like when you see a river and it's so cold that it looks like it's still. Even though under the surface there's something still moving, there's something still filtering through, there's something still in the works, but it's time to focus on something deep, something under the surface, something that's been hidden, something that has been long awaiting, Cancer. I feel like there's, long nights here. So I think of the dark night of the soul, actually, after I said that. So maybe there's somebody who's been facing like a lot of their shadows. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's somebody around you. Or maybe it's just time to face those shadows now so that there's a calmness to the situation. So it's not buried. It's a beautiful reflection. It's a beautiful chance to filter something, renew something, restore something, conserve something. I feel like you go inside in the winter. You stay inside more often, but I feel like some people go out in the winter, but you have to prepare if you're out for the elements. So preparing for the elements, preparation, reflection, hibernation, sleeping. I think of that twilight, morning light, like blue light, I think of. Maybe there's some healing in the blue light for Cancer, indigo, violet. I feel like it's the way that The light looks outside your window really early in the morning when there's snow outside. If you know what that looks like, when there's like a stillness, and like I'm thinking of like the warmth around your blanket, like a cocoon almost, like snuggling in something soft and comforting, like down. That's what I'm seeing. So feeling warm in a place that's barren, that's renewing itself, that's conserving itself. I feel like you find peace, you find regeneration here. You're thinking about things from the past, and maybe allowing some slow, maybe there's been a slow change. This is a slow reflection, but I feel like it's peaceful. I don't feel like it's scary at all. I feel like it's filtering something clean. So let's get more clarity for Cancer. I'm going to go to the Steampunk Tarot. And let's get another card for Winter Solstice. Reflection. I see the snow, and I think of equal and opposite, so maybe action, reaction, something like that. You know, like if you throw something in that water, all the ripples will vibrate across the way and downstream, or across the lake, wherever this is. So maybe be aware of everything that you throw or put out there or move forward with, that there's always a reaction, there's always ripples. So maybe it's time to look at those different reflections, see how different reactions affect that situation, kind of thing, how the ripples change, how the vibration changes, and pay attention to those changes on what you put out and how it looks, how it reacts, how somebody else reacts, how that situation reacts, how things you said, or the way I hear it's not what you say, how you say it. So perhaps there was misunderstanding in communication with how something was said. That makes me think of text, actually. Like somebody not hearing the inflection of your words, the cadence, and how you speak, all that stuff that matters on somebody receiving the correct message that you intended, and it not being, yeah, like misinterpreted. Yeah, like taken for something different than the meaning. So maybe there's reflection on past reactions or something like that. Maybe it was your reaction. You didn't take time for reflection before you maybe reacted on something. Maybe you didn't maybe it came through text or email or something like that, and you didn't understand where somebody was coming from. You know, there was something under the surface you didn't understand, something between the lines. You know, here, there's something important in the space for Cancer. So let's get another card. More clarity on reflection and winter solstice for Cancer. Preparing for the winter, getting ready to here, do things indoors. Do things indoors. Maybe that's your home. Maybe that's preparing a new space inside, changing your space inside. Maybe it's your bedroom and, like, you know, getting your bed cozy, or making a cozy space for someone else. Something like that. Let's get another card for Cancer. And that's the Five of Swords. So I feel like when the Five of Swords comes up, it takes careful reflection. It's, there's always a win, and yet there's always a loss. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's that, maybe it's what I was saying with the action, reaction. You know, if you, I feel like it's looking around the corner here, looking at other people's intentions here. Maybe your intention, maybe somebody took you wrong or took a situation wrong. They observed a situation and thought you were doing something and it was something totally different, and that was never communicated right. Giving something away, buying something, being stabbed in the back, something waiting behind the corner, somebody winning at a cost. So that could be you, and that could be somebody else. So it could be having to put time, energy, patience, money, something into something to get something back, to collect something, to stack something up, to have it be useful to you later. But I feel like you have to look at all positions on this card. So maybe this guy was taken advantage of, and this guy's not even paying attention here. Maybe this guy thinks he's selling one of his swords, and that's one of his swords, and he was promised that sword, and now he's going to give it to this girl, and he was supposed to have it, but they're swords. They're words. It's like a weapon. It can be sharp. It can be sensitive. So this isn't really fighting or stabbing in the back. It could be just words. I feel like there's a misunderstanding somewhere, just seeing the situation differently from a different perspective. You know, who knows why she's going there? Maybe she's, I just got that image of, I'm trying to get that story right, where the woman sells her hair to buy something for her husband and buys him a pocket watch, and or like a chain for his pocket watch, and then the husband wants to give something to the wife, so he sells the pocket watch for like something for her, like a beautiful brooch for her hair that she now doesn't have, and he now doesn't have the watch, or you know, for the chain she bought or something like that. So I feel like perhaps the intentions are good. Maybe you're thinking the same, maybe these two people are thinking the same thing, and this person's just sort of mixed up in that situation, not understanding what these two are going through. So look at the intentions of those around you, yourself, what you're doing, why you're doing it, how others are reacting. Maybe they don't understand why you're doing something, you know. Understand when you win, you want to have value and integrity with what you're pursuing, and then I feel like maybe you did, and maybe somebody else just didn't understand that, or there's somebody else who didn't have value and integrity, and you got caught up in this. Let's get more clarity for Cancer. It's a minor arcana, so it's nothing major. It's just bringing awareness to a situation, paying attention to something. I feel like there's something going on here that you don't understand, and there's something between these two this one doesn't understand, and you just need to become clear with what's going on here so everybody wins. And I guess if you look at it this way, even if this person has two and this person has two, there's still one person that only has one. So somebody's always going to lose somewhere, but it's not that big a deal. Maybe just like, I feel like it's like an auction. You didn't get what you wanted and you move along. Don't waste too much time here with what didn't work. Just continue forward, and different timing next time, better circumstances next time, better reflection on what you did next time, what someone else did next time, before you move, before you get involved, something like that. I feel like it's not serious. It's just something you're thinking about, or something you notice after you notice you're in it. But maybe noticing this gets you out of that situation, or changes that situation around somehow. And that one's awakening. So this is a tiny change in perspective. Definitely taking time to reflect on something that happened. Maybe this is in the past. maybe this is going to happen around now, and you can reflect on maybe whatever this brings up in you. When I was talking about this card, what situation popped up for you? It might come up later, but I feel like this is you finding a new way out, you know, getting outside the box, thinking outside the box, thinking with a unique perspective, unique solutions. It's like a temporary pause. It's like a pause that you choose to do, or you have to do, or you need to do, or is kind of like seasonal, comes around you. It's something that happens that forces you to like hang upside down for a little bit, you know, check things out this way instead of this way, so you understand the whole perspective. I feel like there's like you're moving. Actually, I feel like this isn't like this. Like you're actually moving and gaining stability by looking at every single angle of that situation, so you can fly out of that situation any way you need. I see dragonfly wings here, so I think of flying backwards, upside down, any way you need to get out of this. But this is creating balance and harmony between your masculine, your feminine, your higher self, and being grounded, that instinctual side of you. And it's finding a solution just by looking at something a slightly different way. Maybe someone else's perspective, you know, than you saw before. You were looking at something one way and not seeing it exactly for how it was. And this is allowing you time to reflect, to figure things out, so you can gain some stability and come back up to the surface. You know, I feel like you're turning on your light here. The light is around you. I feel like you're beaming, becoming clear thinking. I hear visualization, like dreaming, tapping into dreams and making them real, something like that. I feel like translucence, something that you see through now. It's also the Hanged Man, so change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness. And it's just a temporary pause in action, in the action. So maybe I think of reaction. So maybe pause before reacting to reflect on what was said, so you hear it and understand where it's coming from. Or perhaps that's you taking a little time to reflect before you move into something where there's not really a win like you thought before. So you can just go, like, I think around the corner, and there's something better in the other door for you. There's a fancy door here, and I feel like if you go inside there, that's your answer. Maybe you thought it was outside before. So this is also a 12. It's a 3. Thinking about something a different way, so that you can open a new doorway for you. I hope this was helpful, Cancer. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.